You guys don't know what just happened, but I just about knocked this fucking shit all over. Damn it, I said I needed to stop cussing because YouTube doesn't show videos that there has cussing in it. Do you hear that asshole? Talking some shit.
And then you cuss. And then you cuss twice.
I need to stop cussing though, for real. What's going on, guys?
I'll tell you something in a minute.
It is the absolute answer, Nick Cutler. Personal trainer, professional wrestler, amateur bodybuilder, OnlyFans model, fit dad, cheater of death. That's what I'm going to start calling myself. The cheater of death.
Nick Carmen.
I mean, I don't necessarily know that I was close to death at this point, but I do know that what happened to me could have very well led to my death. And yet here I am, on Thanksgiving, bouncing these pecs on Facebook Live because I listened to my wife. Guys, if you're not married, you should probably get married as soon as possible, because if your life is held to your own hands, you're probably going to fucking die. Because I should have been dead twice already, and if I didn't have a wife, I would have been dead twice. Well, I mean, technically I would have been dead once. I wouldn't have lived to have experienced death the second time. I'm sure you guys have seen don't mind me, by the way. I'm in my underwear, so if you happen to see my WWE underwear, I apologize.
You're welcome.
I'm so sad right now. I'm looking at this physique, and it's going to be gone in 2 weeks.
Shut the fuck up.
Fucking gone in 2 weeks. So, I survived. So what happened, for anybody that didn't read the Facebook status or whatever, or just wants to hear me actually say the story out loud, I'm mixing up all my greens and stuff, which is very important right now given the circumstances. All my heart health and stuff, my greens, my nectar, my pomegranate juice, my apple cider vinegar, my vitamin C. But anyway, Sunday morning.
Moved in.
Huh?
I told you moved in.
They moved in?
Quiet. Yes, moved in.
Okay, I'll look at that later. These people are more important to me right now. Sunday morning, when I woke up to take care of my personal training clients, ooh!
You alright, bro?
I'll tell you. Nothing masks the taste of that apple cider vinegar.
Nothing. Not a mother frickin' thing.
When you got a beard, you get stuck in the beard. I'm going to move this over here and have a seat. I'm going to have to turn the light on over here, guys, so you can see me. My wife has graciously agreed to let me do a Facebook Live to give you guys an update. I'm going to turn this light on and sit down on my spot.
Oh, okay.
So I can get my foot elevated. Has graciously agreed to allow me to do a Facebook Live before we start binge watching our Friday the 13th movies. To give you guys an update. Yeah, that's good.
And how about this one?
Oh, there we go. Oh, that's good. That's good. Okay, so basically, guys, I woke up Sunday morning, went to get out of bed, and I literally about face planted when I hopped out of bed. As soon as I put weight on my... If these people don't stop... Yeah, the nurse was yelling at me for doing that. Crossing my feet. I can't help it, though. It's like a habit. That's better. Thank you. Immediately when I put pressure on my right calf, it was like something was exploding almost inside my calf muscle. It felt like it was pumped and just stiff and very swollen and tender to the touch. And quite frankly, it hurt like hell. Like I said in the status that I posted on Facebook, I did 2/3 of my WWE tryout with a broken foot. Shut your mouth and stop talking shit because people are watching. It was broken.
I'm going to go wipe you off me right now.
No, you're not. Did you just say that out loud? I'm going to go wipe you off me right now.
Yeah, you kissed me.
Oh, I thought you were talking about something else.
And even if I did, what the fuck's the matter?
Anyway, so that's the level of pain that I was in, where I was like, holy crap, something's not right, something feels wrong, but I just assumed that it was some sort of muscle pain. I sprained it. I tore it. Whatever the case may be. Us bodybuilders, pro wrestlers, meatheads, we're very slow. I think men in general are just slow to admit that we're hurt. So around midday, the pain kind of subsided. Didn't really hurt as bad. So I just didn't think anything of it. Well, then I woke up Monday morning, and the pain was back again. I go to hop out of bed, and I about fall over on the floor. And I went to the gym, and I had one of the personal trainers who doubles as a massage therapist kind of rub his fingers up and down my calf, and he's just like, well, it's definitely very swollen. It feels hot to the touch, but I can't really feel anything off, please. I can't really feel anything. If these people don't stop texting me, I can't really feel anything off, so I would just recommend staying off of it for a couple of days. And me being me, well, I have quads today, so how about I don't train my calves, but I do my my squats and leg extensions. So I did squat 355 that day for 3, so I'm very impressed with that. Pepsi, cherry Pepsi Zero, guys. It's very delicious.
Delicious.
But anyway, so probably not too smart, but I did. Glad you're home. God bless you and your family. Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you, Tina.
Watch this for $4.44.
My wife's already Black Friday shopping online.
No, we're going to the store.
I know, but you're getting an idea of what you want. Anyway. Ow! I digress. I trained legs Monday night. I know. Probably not the smartest thing that I could have done. I came home that night.
Dogs.
I made the decision that the next day I was going to take off the gym. So Tuesday, I didn't do any cardio. All I did was the sauna. I didn't do any kind of weights. I did keep my foot elevated as much as I could when I was at home, when I thought to do it. I did put the heating pad on. I take fish oil every day, which is a natural anti-inflammatory. So I was just like, okay, I'm just going to wait this out. Then I woke up yesterday, and the pain had almost tripled overnight, and it had gotten to the point where instead of being present when I was walking or standing for a prolonged period of time, which was previously when the pain was there, it was present pretty much all the time. Sitting at my desk, standing, whatever the case may be. I could not stand for more than 20 seconds at a time, and I literally felt like my leg had caught on fire. And the pain was actually starting to go up into my right hamstring. And so I'm thinking to myself that something just is not right. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm just going to try to wait it out more. No, go to the hospital, go to the hospital, go to the hospital. That would be my wife telling me that. Hello, I love you too. So I figure I'll throw my wife a bone and listen to her for once. And it saved my life. I got to the ER. They listened to my symptoms and admitted me right away. They got me into a room. They immediately gave me Norco. I remember talking to my buddy Kent, because my buddy Kent's a nurse, and he's texting me back and forth asking me what's going on, and I remember saying, well, just so you know, they gave me some Norco, so this might be the last bit of intelligent conversation I have for a few hours, because I'm pretty much a lightweight nowadays. Those days of doing those types of things are behind me. So they give me this Norco, and I swear doctors do this by design. They give you your painkiller, and then they wait until they know it's kicked in before they start talking to you about what could potentially be wrong. So they kind of just left me in the room. The painkiller's kicking in. They come back in with my nurse, and the doctor says that they're going to take me for an ultrasound to check and see if I have a blood clot, which is what they think was wrong, listening to me tell them my symptoms. So they take me into the ultrasound, they do the ultrasound, and they bring me back into the room. wait a little bit longer. They come back in. They're like, yes, you do have a blood clot in your calf. So what we need to do is we need to do a CT scan to make sure that the blood clot has not traveled to your lungs, which is where things can get very problematic. It was a small clot in my calf, but just to be safe, they wanted to do the CT scan. And to my knowledge, I've never had a CT scan done. And it is the strangest experience ever. They give you that drug in your IV, and it makes you feel like you pissed yourself. And it's just the fucking weirdest thing. And then I'm legit patting myself down, making sure I didn't piss myself, and the nurses are laughing at me. It was embarrassing. But anyway, they do the CT, get me back to my room, and they come back in and they say, okay, so we did find a blood clot in your lungs. So I actually had two blood clots in my lower right part of my right lung. And the reason why I wasn't in pain or suffering like severe shortness of breath was because they're so small that air is just circulating around them. It's not like they're blocking off an artery or anything like that, which is why they checked my heart after that. They did an EKG to see if my right portion of my heart was swollen from having to work harder because of the fact that I had those clots in my lungs. But everything still looked good. Pretty much, I had to stay overnight. I kind of feel like they made me stay overnight for observation. They kind of twiddled my dick in the sense that they told me that I was going to be able to go home. But I had to wait till after I spoke with the hematologist, and the fucking hematologist never showed up. So they just kept me there. And then the hematologist called this morning and said, oh, hey, I'm not going to be coming in. You need to make an appointment with me for next week, but you can go home today. Well, okay, well, fuck me. You could have just let me go home yesterday. But pretty much the plan of attack going forward at this point, I have to make an appointment with the hematologist to go and see him sometime next week, because we need to figure out why me, as a 32-year-old, healthy, very physically fit, very active male, is getting blood clots. Blood clots can be brought on by a lot of different things. In my case, the most likely scenario is that I somehow injured my calf at some point, tore a ligament, sprained it, tore a muscle, did something of that nature without even realizing it, and caused the clot. Another thing that could have caused it is the dramatic weight gain that I had between the completion of my competition and the my mother's telling me that's why I need to call her. So maybe I do have some kind of genetic disorder. Thanks, Mom. Anyway.
You need to get checked anyway.
Point being, I wasn't even done anyway. I wasn't done yet. People throwing me off.
You're never done.
I had a speech.
You're always talking.
I know. Another thing that could have caused it was the dramatic weight gain that I had competing at 174 pounds at my contest and now being 218 pounds. Just the dramatic shift in body weight. It's a lot for the body to handle. Could have caused something like this. Another thing is if I have a genetic disorder that just makes me susceptible to blood clots. I am on testosterone replacement therapy, and testosterone can thicken the blood, so that's another thing that could cause it too. Normally I give blood every 6 to 8 weeks, and but I haven't been able to because the blood drive would always be at my office, so I would always just give blood while I was at the office. But obviously with me working from home now, I just haven't found another way to be able to give blood. You didn't get it from me, but my dad's side of the family, because my sister Jessica had some in her lungs a few years ago. Fucking brilliant. Anyway.
What did you do to our daughter?
So the course of action now is I'm on blood thinners for the next few months. That is not going to take care of the clots that I already have, that is going to prevent me from getting any more. So I'm on a blood thinner 2 times a day for the next few months, just to make sure that I don't develop any new ones. As far as the ones that I already have, both in my lung and in my calf, they're so small, they're not blocking any blood flow, they're not blocking any airway, they're not blocking any arteries. So the doctor said that they will end up dissipating on their own. Now that could be in a couple of days, that could be in a couple of weeks, it could be in a couple of months. They really don't know how long it takes. So in the meantime, I was just not going to ask this question. Thank you, Justin. I was just not going to ask this question, but my wife kind of made me. And I asked, well, what about training? Because I'm a bodybuilder. Like, that's what I do. I'm a personal trainer, and I'm an aspiring a professional bodybuilder. I'm trying to earn my pro card, and the doctor said that he would really like me to not even touch a weight for at least 2 weeks, at the very least. He said light cardio is okay. If I have to use weights, he said very, very low intensity, but he would prefer me to not do any sort of intense training for at least 2 weeks.
Good, because you're not.
And that's the maximum that I'm willing to give him. He had actually said, like, you could even add a week or 2 on if you feel like you want to. No.
I'm about to call that doctor. You were so lucky I can't go through appointments, because I bet you any money he did tell you something different, and you were like,
I swear,
I'm just going to tell this bitch 2 weeks.
I swear, if I was going to tell you something different, I would have just told you. He said I was fine. I swear on Nyla, that is what he said. He said minimum 2 weeks. So, and he said I could go an additional week either way. Like, one less week, one more week.
I'll call him.
Point being is, I have promised my wife, I promised my mom, I promised everybody around me that I would not lift weights for the next 2 weeks, which is, I'm going to be a cranky motherfucker, because that is my therapy. That is part of who I am as a person. So, not being able to do that is going to be very, very hard on me. But I have to think of my daughter and everybody else that's depending on me to make sure I stay alive. And so I understand. I'm making light of this because it just boggles my mind that I could have actually been close to death. So I just don't like thinking that way. So I'm going to modify my diet for the next 2 weeks, pretty much eliminate all carbohydrates, and just do my 2 hours of cardio. Not 2 hours. Just do some light cardio every day, probably an hour on the exercise bike, depending on how my calf holds up, because I do still have some pain in my calf. It has subsided greatly since I started keeping it elevated.
You're looking like you got a peg leg.
Why are you so mouthy?
Peg leg Nick.
Shut up.
You're like a pirate.
I don't want to be a pirate.
Oh, he needs a badge.
So that's the plan. I appreciate all of the love that I received, both on my thread online, where I kept you guys notified of what was going on, the text messages that I received, the messages that I received from everybody. It's humbling to know that doing what I do has made me important to so many people, and I don't forget any of that. So for everybody that took the time out of their day to either message me, leave a comment, like a status, whatever the case may be,
Message me.
Thank you. That's what I said.
You said message you. Message me.
Are you trying to confuse me?
No, you idiot. I literally just said message me. I had people message me too, bro.
Oh, yeah, people messaged you. Oh, so Nikki's saying thank you too. That's what it is. See, I'm just not used to her showing compassion.
Not for you, for everybody else.
Both of us want to thank you all because it was a very, very scary 24 hours. It probably would have been a lot more scarier for me if I wasn't drugged up. But I can't imagine what it was like for my mom, for my wife, for my kids didn't know, but my multiple sets of fucking parents with in-laws and outlaws and in-betweens. I just don't like thinking about how they probably should have felt. So thank you guys for giving me all the love and all the prayers. Sure, that had a lot to do with me getting out so quickly. And the next couple of weeks are going to be hard, but I'm going to do it for myself and for them. But boy, Lord have fucking mercy at the end of these 2 weeks when I am able to go back to the gym. I am going to be a fucking monster.
You can take it out on me.
But that's that. I'm going to binge watch a couple of the Friday the 13th movies with my wife now.
Oh, that was fucking funny. You didn't even laugh.
Yes, I did, and it is literally on camera. So you can't even fucking say that I didn't laugh.
A smile is not a laugh.
A smile and a... That is a laugh.
I didn't hear that at all.
Well, I did.
I'm going to rewatch it.
Yeah, okay.
And then I'm going to call somebody.
Oh, you didn't know? You better call somebody. You know who you should call?
Ooh, waffle man.
Your mama.
She's coming over
Get it? Get it? Somebody call my mama. Somebody call my mom. I need to put that song on my workout playlist.
No.
But not for 2 weeks because I can't fucking work out.
I can.
So, in the meantime, guys, I am going to have medical bills now. So, sign up at my OnlyFans. OnlyFans.com/absolute answer. Merchandise at ProWrestlingTees.com/Cutler Coalition. Personal training needs, just shoot me a direct message on any one of my social media platforms for personal training and online coaching. Follow me on Instagram at Absolute Answer, Twitter at Cutler Coalition, Snapchat and CUTLER8869. No need to be freaked out, Madre. I'm absolutely fine. I will be absolutely fine. Like the video, share the video. It's going to be uploaded to YouTube for anybody that happened to miss the live feed. Until next time, again, guys, thank you very much for the support. And stay color strong.